Okay, thanks for joining us, Zach. And the first question is going to go to Nick Krupke with Fox 12. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Zach, thanks for the time, man. First, where are you at in your spot cover to come back and play? And two, for so many guys that it's been a quick turn in the off season, I'm sure for you, you just got to be itching and chomping at the bit to just get back out there with the buddies.
Yeah, well, as far as rehab goes, I'm pretty much on the schedule that I thought I would be on. It's a 4 to 6 month process, and just hit the 3-month mark yesterday. So, and talked to Doc, who did my surgery. Everything looks good. He's really happy with how it's healing. So, I haven't had any setbacks. I know I keep beating a dead horse with that sentence, but the rehab process has been really good, and I'm definitely in a good spot right now. And as far as coming back, I'm really excited. Obviously, I would have liked to push that start date to mid-January because I would have been ready for game one. But it is what it is. I'm in a good spot, and I like where I'm at.
Just a reminder, if you have questions for Zach, to please raise your hand and we will get to you. Next question goes to Brooke Olzendam with Trailblazers.com and Trailblazers Broadcasting. Go ahead, Brooke.
First of all, Zach, your hair looks great. Don't worry. I could see that you were stressing about that a little bit. Just curious how you foresee your role coming when you come back. I know that it's not as early as you would have wanted it to be, but your conversations with the coaches and everybody about how you see yourself when you return. Like, what do you think your role will be?
I don't think my role will change. I'm a guy who comes in and brings defense, who protects the rim, who brings toughness, rebounds, likes to hit guys, knocks down threes, and finishes in the paint, and show up when my number's called. I'm always going to stay ready. So I think my role is going to continue to be at that 4 spot, especially when I'm on the court with Nurk and Melo. But we'll see. They haven't, given me any signals or told me that my role is going to be different and things like that. So I think I'm going to be in the same spot I was in, but it's going to be on me to obviously come back and be ready to go when I'm ready. And because I won't be able to from game one to get started like everybody else, but I'm going to have to come in and make sure I fit as seamlessly as possible to whatever we got going on, and I know I'll take care of that. So as long as I'm ready to go and I go out there and I be Zach, I know I'll be fine.
Next question is for Jamie Hudson with NBC Sports Northwest.
With significant injuries growing up, and then 2, what's your mindset now that you've endured all of this, and now what's your outlook after all these injuries?
Sorry, Jamie, I had you muted for that first question. Can you
repeat? I hear the first part.
Oh, okay. First part, it's just growing up. Did you have a stretch like this? Have you gone through something like this with significant injuries in the past?
No, not really. I broke my foot once in middle school, but that was like towards the end of club season. So I didn't miss any basketball. I didn't miss any games. And besides that, I didn't have any. And then I busted my finger. I broke my finger, this finger, my sophomore year in high school. But again, that was in the summertime. So I didn't really miss a lot. I was good with timing with those injuries. And then obviously with these ones, it's the worst timing in the world. So yeah, it's different. It's definitely makes you appreciate being healthy. That's for sure. It definitely makes you, when you are healthy, you really realize how much you take that for granted. And it just, for me, it makes me want to continue to have better habits. And, obviously I can't really control injuries, but I can control how I prepare my body day in and day out, even in not even just the night before a game, but, 2 or 3 weeks leading into a game. That's really when it starts. And, you always want to control what you can control. And those things are some things I can control. So I think that's what I've learned from this, is to continue to have good habits. And I think as far as going through injuries, you can't control it, but you can put yourself in a better position if you have those good habits. And I think that's kind of what I came away with.
Okay, next question goes to Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, Zach, along those lines, was it pretty frustrating for you last year to lose a year of encore in-game development like that? Because it seemed like it was going to be a really big year for you to really grow as a player, and you lost that time by, freak injuries.
Yeah, it sucked, man. Like, obviously that was my year. I was coming in, I was the starting four. And we had a good thing going with the group of guys we had. And just to, be 2.5 games in and it gets taken away from me is definitely frustrating. But, similar to what happened in the bubble when I got injured, you feel bad for yourself for a couple of days and then you realize that you can't change what happened. So, I try not to really think about it in those terms. I just think about the future. And I know mentally I'm in a good place right now, and that's all I'm focused on. And I'm excited to get back.
Next question goes to Sean Hyken with Bleacher Report. Go ahead, Sean.
Zach, how are you feeling about kind of the safety aspects of playing this season outside of a bubble in terms of traveling to different cities and, having kind of the heightened risk of, the virus getting in more so than you had when you were in that kind of closed environment?
Yeah, I mean, the bubble is a great spot to not get it. It was the safest place in the country, probably, and now we don't have that. So it'll be interesting. I don't really know what the protocol is yet, so I think I can give you a better answer once I find out, like, what we're going to be doing every day, how we're going to travel. Like I said, I don't know those things yet, but it's definitely, you stress about it a little more, not being in the bubble and not being tested every day and being around the same guys every day. So, and I think it's more on the individual. If we go out on the road, I don't know what the rules are, but if you got to watch out if you're going out to eat, if you're going out to, I'm sure that clubs won't be open or bars or anything, but if you're doing that stuff, like, that's on you. But yeah, like, we'll see what happens when the rules come out, but it's definitely something that you think about a little more, not being in the bubble. And again, I have, the NBA did such a good job in the bubble. I have no doubt that they'll do well here without the bubble, but it's definitely a little bit more concerning.
Okay, next question goes to Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Zach, how are you viewing this year from a contract standpoint? You're nearing the end of your contract. Do you view this as a do or die or pressure, or how are you kind of approaching that?
Regardless if it was a contract year, I know it's a big year for myself. I know that if I can have a year of health, that I can do really big things and I can help this team and we can go win a championship. So that's what I'm thinking about. And that would have been my mindset regardless of the contract.
Next question is for Brooke Olzendam with Trailblazers Broadcasting. Go ahead, Brooke.
Hi, Zach, me again. Just curious, the new guys on your team, they're pretty impactful, adds a lot of versatility to your team, especially defensively. What do you think of them as people, as players? Like, how much contact have you had with them?
Yeah, they seem like really good dudes. I'm not the hardest critic when it comes to, saying if somebody's a good dude or not. If you treat somebody with respect, that's usually that's how I judge things. And everybody's been great so far. Just what I've seen from them on the court, though, like, I'm just very excited. The guys that we brought in can do a lot of different things, and it seems like they were meant to be here. Like, they could really fit into what we have going here. So I'm really excited. We got a lot of good veteran guys that came from very structured organizations, and I think that's really going to carry over here. And it's going to be tough, like similar to last year. We had a lot of new guys coming in, and we had to adjust on the fly. They had to learn a lot on the fly, and it's going to be even more fast-paced and more in like a small amount of time that these guys have to adjust. But it just seems like, seeing these guys on these interviews that you guys have had with them and just talking to them around the facility and seeing how they work out, it gives me a good feeling about how quickly we're going to gel.
Next question is for Aaron Fentress, the Oregonian.
Zach, I got a two-parter for you. One, your three-point shooting has evolved from 31 to 33 to 37. How is that continuing to evolve this offseason? Because even though you had an ankle injury, you can shoot, I imagine. And then number two, the perimeter defense additions with Covington and Jones. As a big guy yourself who protects the rim, what are they going to do that's going to help you better do your job?
For your first part, shooting, it's something that, I think makes me unique. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on the floor, is because I can play defense and I can protect the rim and bring toughness, but I also can hit shots. And, but it's always something that you need to work on. It's never going to be complete. It's never going to be something where, okay, I'm done working on threes. I'm always working on threes. I'm always trying to be more consistent. I'm always trying to hit tougher shots, hit shots with a hand in my face, hit open shots. Sometimes open shots are the hardest shots to hit. So, I'm continuously working on that, on shooting. And I know for this team, relieving some pressure off Dame and CJ to carry that scoring load is huge for us year in and year out. So the more consistent I could be on the perimeter is going to be, is going to result in more W's for us. So I'm always trying to get better at that. And then for your next question, just playing with guys like Rocco and like you said, Derek Jones, I think obviously they bring a level of athleticism to our team that we probably haven't had in a while. And I'm very excited. It's always good to team up with guys who care about that side of the ball as much as I do. And I'm really looking forward to actually obviously learning from them and seeing what I can pick their brain about to where I can be better on the floor. And once we get out there, I think it'll be a good two-way punch. I mean, be able to like guard guys in the perimeter, and if they get beat, they're forcing them into me and Nurk. So I'm really excited.
Orlando Sanchez from KGW has the next question.
Hey, what's up, Zach? Two-parter as well. Number one, what are your goals for this season? And two, now that big picture, seeing all of the talent that you guys were able to acquire this offseason or re-sign, you know what it's like to get to the conference finals. How good is this team? What do you think this team can be this year?
Personal goals for me, first and foremost, is to play every game that I'm available for. Once I come back, I want to stay on the court as much as possible. And that's my number one goal going into this year. And I know after that, everything will fall into place. So that's my number one goal. And then every year, my goal is to go in and help this team win as many games as possible. Do my role, or do my job, play my role, and be consistent. Those are always my goals. And if I do that, I know it's going to be a good year for myself and the team. And then what was your other part?
Oh, hang on a second, Zach. Sorry, Orlando. Go ahead, Orlando, with your other question.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Giving you a two-parter there. But the other one is, now that you've seen all of the guys you've brought in, what do you think the potential of this team can be? Because you know what it's like to really go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be good. It all depends on how well we gel together, obviously, having new guys in. And I think that starts from the core guys that have been here. I think just helping those guys along as much as we can, making it as easy as possible for them to just go out there and play. I think that's going to be huge for us. But the competitiveness is going to be pretty high this year, I think, especially in practices. And we got a lot of guys that are going to want to go at each other and make each other better. So that's going to be huge for us. And then we have guys that have been to the playoffs, and we have guys that know what it's like. Not even only myself, but like Melo, obviously the core guys, Dame, CJ, Nurk. Having Hoodie back is going to be huge. I mean, those guys have been, through and through in the playoffs, and they know how much we have to do to get there, and they know what it takes. And I think just putting all that together, it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a long season, and it's going to be a tough road. But, here in Portland, we're built for that, and we've shown that we're built for that, and we're going to continue to do it.
Okay, we'll wrap it up there, Zach. Appreciate you taking the time, and we'll have Rodney Hood coming up in just a few minutes.
Appreciate it.